Welcome to the Vegas Voice Celebrity Corner. I'm your host, Evan Davis, and I will be bringing you behind-the-scenes interviews with performers and entertainers here in Las Vegas. Today I have a world-renowned singer, sung all over the world. That's what world-renowned may mean. Genevieve Du. Welcome, Genevieve. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. I don't know what world-renowned means,
No,
but
I don't either.
I saw those words there, and I figured better than just saying nothing, I would just say that. So what's going on in your life now?
Oh, all kinds of good things, you know. I'm at the Italian American Club on Friday nights there, having a great time. And I'm working on a couple videos. I finally did a recording of a Christmas song that I've been wanting to do so I can start my CD. And I'm finishing the other CD when Tex Richardson. Do you remember Tex Richardson?
You know what? Yes and no. I mean, I know the name and everything else, but I really don't know.
He was wonderful. He was Lola Falana's musical director. He was a writer, a composer, orchestrator, nicest guy. And he and I had started recording on my third CD. And we didn't get a chance to finish it. So we did 8 songs because he had pancreatic cancer. But I'm getting ready to put out those 8 songs.
Oh, good for you. Good for you. Let's go back a little in time.
Okay.
I know you're from St. Louis, is that correct?
St. Louis, Missouri.
All right. What do they call St. Louis or St. Louis?
St. Louis.
St. Louis, Missouri.
St. Louis.
So tell me how your life started there.
Well, my grandmother was a gospel singer. And I also played piano when I was little. Mother said, you must learn an instrument until we graduated from high school. And my grandmother would sit me at the piano, sing a gospel song as I try to keep up with her. And as time went by, her pianist, Arthel Cassell, he was like a black Liberace, wore the fancy jackets and ruffles and everything. He took me around St. Louis at 17. And I was wearing prom dresses. And I learned, he taught me to sing in 7 different languages.
Wow.
And another friend of mine that I met playing tennis, he was also 17, great baritone. And we would just clown on the court and he'd say, hey, come on over here. So he took me to the St. Louis Opera House Symphony and didn't really have to audition. God just gave it to me naturally.
Well, I know that's for sure. But you sing other genres and things than gospel.
Absolutely. When I moved to California, I had an opportunity to work with Nancy Wilson and Johnny Hammond Smith, the organ player. And they took me from opera to jazz, gave me the technique. So I can sing some opera, some jazz, some Broadway, pop, R&B, some gospel.
Is there any one that you prefer or enjoy?
You know, I really enjoy, I like pop and I like jazz. What I love about the jazz genre, because I love lyrics and I love telling the story. And when I can tell the story and get the point across, there used to be a restaurant in Henderson. And I was singing there one day and I was singing a Funny Valentine. And after I finished the song, this old guy, he was sitting way back in the corner. He says, young lady, come here. And I said, yes, sir. He says, I've heard that song sung thousands of times, but now I understand it. Well, and it really made me feel good, you know? And I'm like, okay, you know, he's 80-something years old telling me that. So it was really cool.
Good. Talking about, the jazz and things along those lines, you did a show at the Smith Center, Cabaret Jazz. You did the Billie Holiday show, or whatever the name of it was.
Yes.
It was
Emerson Bar and Grill.
Tell us a little about that and how you prepared for that, because you did more than sing. You were acting also in that.
Yes. It wasn't easy. And it was easier because I did it 5 times at the Smith Center. But, when I started reading the script, I don't know, I was just feeling her pain. And I loved the music. So I just went into like another mind. And what I really enjoyed and was happy to hear when some of my colleagues came to the show, and they would say, soon as you put your foot on the stage, you were not Genevieve. And that was really, really good. And I will say this, I was auditioning for Menopause. And I met the guy who did the Broadway show, Emerson Bar and Grill, in New York with Audra. And I had to brag a little bit, right? So they said, oh, he produced blah, blah, blah at Emerson Bar and Grill with Audra. I said, really? Well, there were some people there at Smith Center from New York who saw the show. And after the show, they were telling me, says, you were better than Audra on Broadway. And I'm like, yes.
Okay. Well, book me there.
Yes,
then. Come on.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. You know, so I had to tell the producer, let him know that too.
Well, why not?
Yeah.
Did Billie, was she the biggest influence in your singing career, or who was?
I think I had several, maybe 5 singers that I really admire. Johnny Mathis. I've seen him 6 times in concert. Whitney Houston, Anita Baker, Diana Ross, and Barbara Streisand. And of course, Mahalia Jackson.
Yeah.
You know, and I would just look at all these wonderful singers and not imitate, but at least learn their technique. And that was most important to me.
Yeah. How do you prepare? I mean, when you go on stage, I mean, what kind of preparation do you have, if any? I mean, I don't know. You could probably just walk on and knock it out, you know.
When I'm doing a show, I rehearse a lot at home. And I move from room to room in the house because every room feels different. And once I can't say learn it, there's a difference between learning and knowing. Once I know my show and I get there to backstage waiting, I do stretches, you know, I think about what's inside and I do my stretches and warm-ups and deep breaths. I watched this thing with Dolly Parton and Johnny Carson. Oh, I shouldn't say that. It makes me tell my age a little bit, but and he was asking her, does she still get nervous? And she said, yes. He says, if you don't get nervous for a performance,
I know.
yeah, it's not good.
Yeah. I know. Do you write?
I have written. I haven't done it in a while. I need to get back to it. On my 3rd CD, I have one of my original songs that Tex Richardson arranged for me. And it's really hot. They played it over UNLV. And I was like, wow, that's really good.
Oh.
That's a
What's the
hot
name
tune.
of that original?
It's called Stay.
Stay?
Yeah, Stay With Me Tonight.
Stay With Me Tonight?
Yes.
Hum a couple of bars? Or,
And it's funny when you write a song. Sometimes it's a R&B tune, and why don't you stay, 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 stay with me tonight.
And you've got a Christmas album coming out?
Yeah, yes, I'm going to work for it. Jerry Lopez had arranged a beautiful Christmas song, a very standard tune. And I had always said, when I record this and put it on my CD, arranged by Jerry Lopez. And it's a beautiful song. And when I sing, I've sung it, during the holidays. And people are like, I've never heard it that way. Yeah. I said, it's because I had one of the best in town arranging it for me.
Yes, you certainly did. And so people don't know this, but you love the rodeo.
I do. I do. I love the rodeo. I also go to the small ones sometimes they have out here, and also the big rodeo show. And what's really cool about it is when you're up close. I mean, I've been in the crowds with the bulls, watching the guys get on top of them,
Really?
And I'm just really making sure, people say they're using prods, but they don't. These bulls are bred just to be crazy like that. And they're massive. The leather on them is thick as I don't know what. And it just amazes me when I watch these cowboys ride these bulls and horses. And, I know I don't get on any of them. I just like being there. Plus, I like those cowboys in those blue jeans. God, Jesus.
Those leather chaps.
Oh,
and-
yes, I have a pair of those now.
Oh, yeah, I think
But,
the
yeah.
Chippendales have a pair of those too. I've seen that. Oh,
But yes, the rodeo is really cool.
so what do you, what would, if you had to do, I ask a lot of people this,
Okay.
you had one song, you're singing in front of whoever it may be,
Mhm.
you can only pick one song, what would that song be?
I think I would choose One Moment in Time because the lyrics in that song are so meaningful, and it's a type of song and lyrics that says no matter where you are in life, if you get that one moment to fulfill your dream, that's all you need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, you know, there was a few years back, we did an interview at some other place, and I think that was a song that you did for a live audience we had at that time.
Was it one in Henderson out there?
No, one on Charleston in Summerlin area.
Oh, yes.
I think.
I love lyrics, and I sing songs because they mean something to me, especially songs like that.
Mhm.
They just mean a lot to your life,
Yeah.
and it gives you inspiration and drive, and you just think about that one moment.
Mhm.
You know, I've had a lot of those moments. I'm waiting for some more. I'm
Okay.
trying to make them happen.
Okay. Well, if you could put together your ideal show, other than the Billie Holiday Barn Grill thing, what kind of show would you put together?
I would put together a show that entails some of the artists that I admire with meaningful music.
Mm-hmm.
A big production. I'm kind of working on that now, as a
Really?
matter of fact, yes. Songs that, again, they have meaning. They never get old, but they will touch the hearts of the people out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So is there anyone special in town you like working with?
Well, my friend Mark Giovia, I was working with him quite a bit. Then he got busy or started doing something else. But I enjoy working with Mark. He and I work together very well. I would like to work with Sonny Charles.
Okay.
God, Sonny Charles's voice is just so strong, so wonderful.
Well,
you know?
Well, maybe when we get back to some kind of normalcy,
Yes.
I'll put together a show with you and Sonny for the Vegas Voice. We'll,
and I've mentioned that to him. I said, Sonny, God, I'd love to do a show with you.
Yeah, mention it to me. And
Yeah,
I'll
Evan, I'd
get
love
it.
to do a show with
Okay,
Sonny Charles,
the two of you, I think, would be
Oh,
great.
Yeah, he's really amazing. And every time I listen to him, I'm like, that's one man I'd really love to do a show with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But only a
learned-
three-piece,
Okay.
three-piece orchestra instead of a
Unless we get some
32
volunteers, right?
volunteer. No.
No volunteers.
Nowadays, we're going to pay everyone wherever we
Absolutely.
can. We always do. But
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yes.
Well, Genevieve, I want to thank you for being on the show again.
My pleasure.
It's been enjoyable. I always love hearing you and listening to you and whatever stories you may have. We'll have you back
Thank you,
again.
Evan. Thank
All right.
you. very
And
much.
this is Evan Davis from the Vegas Voice Celebrity Corner saying, see you next week.